Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Happy Friday. I hope you had a wonderful rest of your week. I last saw you on Monday. Um, it was a pretty good week. Not bad, not too bad. You know, got some new accoutrement for the desk, if you will. Thanks to the members of toddreacts.com. We replaced the light, so it's no longer flickering. Hopefully. Hopefully this one doesn't start to flicker in like a couple months, but we'll see. Seems to be that, these LED lights are hit or miss. These ring lights, this is like a light panel thing. You never know. The reviews look good. And then you get it yourself and you're like, what happened to the reviews? I thought the reviews were good. I'm one of the few 1-star reviews. But got some great member requested videos today. It is going to be a doozy of a day. Perfect way to end the week, right? Start the kick off the weekend, of course. We're going to start with a Shameless video, then we're going to head on to 911, and then we have a Jujutsu Kaisen video, then we got another JoongDunk video, as we did on Monday, and we're going to finish the day with a Xena Warrior Princess video. It's been a while. It's been a minute since I've reacted to a Xena video, so we're going to do that order. That should be interesting. We'll try to end on a uptick. That's certainly something that we strive to do. Obviously, when we're picking random videos, we've never seen the videos. We have no idea. All we can go on is maybe the title of the video, but it should be good nonetheless. Just a program note here real quick. So we do have 2 extra streams that are going to be live and recorded in the next couple weeks. If you're watching, those streams, I'll try to make it less obvious that they're recorded early, but they will be. I'll be out of town and away from all this stuff, so it'll be slightly more tricky to do a live stream and, make it look like this, basically. So we're going to record those early, and then we'll release them on YouTube as they should have been. So we're going to have a stream for Christmas Eve, so December 24th. And as well, we're going to have a stream for New Year's Eve. I should be back in town for that, so we should be able to do that. I'm just going to do it earlier in the day. And I think it's like a Tuesday or something like that, so that's not a typical day. I'm live and uploading, so I'll be sure to remind you of it, Discord and whatnot. But I think I'm going to be back. Hopefully, I'll still be healthy. You never know when you're traveling around the holidays. Lots of people are sick. It's a gamble pretty much every time. But hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm well by the time I return. If I'm not, I don't know what I'm going to do, honestly. I'll figure it out, I guess. But yes, we will be doing a New Year's Eve stream, and it should be posted. I'm going to try to do it as early as I possibly can so I can upload to YouTube before the ball drops and New Year's and whatnot. Of course, this is all local time. Those of you in Australia, you're already going to be into the new year, well into the new year by the time any of this ever happens. So obviously we can't, all be on the same page at the same time, but we do the best we can. We do the best we can. But yeah, looking forward to it. Holiday season's always a wonderful time, so I hope you have some good times mixed in with, maybe some less than good times, as some people have over the holiday season, of course. So hopefully more good times than bad. That's what I'm hoping for. More good times than bad, and as much joy as you can get out of the season would be great. Looking forward to it, though. Haven't seen the family in pretty much a year, so definitely looking forward to flying. Well, maybe less the flying, but getting there and enjoying their company and all that stuff. It should be healing and relaxing and all that good stuff. So I'm looking forward to it, certainly. So I hope you have a wonderful holidays coming up. But we're going to have many more streams between now and then, so we'll move on. If you'd like to request your own videos that will be on stream, you can do so, toddreacts.com. The season and series tiers is how you request. I should pull up that page. There it is. The season and series tiers is how you request. As you can see, the join now. You save a little bit if you pay annually. You sign up for 12 months, etc. And that way you only pay once a year. There you go. And while you're there, check out the winter collection of merch. I'm currently wearing the hooded long sleeve tee, which is this item in the middle. Tons of colors there. Choose from. Obviously, very inclusive sizing as well. Extra small all the way to 2XL. If you're ever wondering, what does that mean? Manufacturers, it could be extra small, and it could be a variety of different sizes, just based on how fashion works. And manufacturers have their own sizing. Countries have their own sizing, of course. So if you're wondering, go ahead and hit the size guide, and it'll bring up inches. You can hit over here. It'll bring up centimeters, and that should give you a better picture of the size that you're looking for. I definitely recommend this. It's unbelievably soft. I love it. I literally said you could sleep in it, which I completely agree with. I agree with my own quote. Obviously, you've seen me in the signature hoodie quite a bit. You have not seen me in the crop sweatshirt. That is not going to be a thing, okay? It is just not. But, of course, with that as well, we got some sizes there for you to choose from. Colors, all that good stuff. Bomber jacket, the rain-resistant coat, or raincoat, if you will. Denim jackets, fantastic. I did add the white color. So if you want a white denim jacket and you want to be that cool, you can be so. I'm gifting you the ability to be that cool. Heavyweight premium sweatshirt is amazing as well. Lots of different sizes there, all the way from small to 3XL. Tons of different color options as well. Go ahead and check out the merch today. And also check out the accessories. Never want to forget those. This is the pint glass, literally right in front of me. This is filled with some sort of energy drink that is orange, I guess. It is mango passion fruit, so I guess that kind of that tracks. Thankfully, the last couple ones have been weird. You think it's going to be some like red color and it's fluorescent yellow, and you're like, what's going on here? I don't know if this is safe. The rocks glass is all the way back there. You can't even see it. It's super blurry, but iPhone case is right next to me as always. Insulated tumbler, always by my side. You'll literally see me drink out of that every stream. Got tons of different colors to choose from. Mint and black and navy and white. And of course, this pink color. Comes with the metal straw, as you can see. There you go. Awesome, awesome stuff. Members of the website save 15% on every order. Quality is guaranteed on every order as well. If there's like visual error or some sort of spell, like, what is it? It's a visual error. I should have this memorized by now. If there's a print error or visible quality issue, we'll replace it or refund it. I love the fact that that's a thing. I love the fact that I can say quality is guaranteed, period. That's an amazing thing to say, and I'm happy to say it. So go ahead and check out the merch today. And if you're watching on YouTube, what's up, Will? How's it going? How's it going? Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It is right. If you're on desktop, it's right there. That's where it is. That's where it is. I like to highlight it just in case, people get lost and stuff like that. But I believe in you. I think you can find it. Mobile, obviously, it's under every like video description and whatnot. If you go to the page itself, I think it's like right in the middle of it. So it should be easy to find. Go ahead and sign up for a YouTube account if you don't have one. It's free, and it's a nice way to corral all your favorite creators into one spot. Gives you a nice subscription tab that you can hit, and it just pulls up all the videos you're subscribed to that have been published and whatnot. It's fantastic. It is truly fantastic. So go ahead and check it out today. If you're on Twitch and you're watching live, go ahead and hop on over to the YouTube. There's over 1,000. You see that number correctly. 1,000 videos. So there is a ton of content for you to catch up on. And I wish you luck. That is a lot. But I know you can do it. And certainly, last but not least, go ahead and check out the Discord. I should have like sound effects or something. I need more sound effects. What are the sound effects I have? No, it's just the Harry Potter song. I have a couple more in the gaming stream, but I haven't done one of those in a hot minute. Go ahead and check out the Discord. I believe there's 100 and let me check really quick. I think it's like 174 members currently in the Discord. Lots of great conversations going on there. Good people as well. You'll be welcomed in. Everyone's super nice. If you've enjoyed the comment section, you'll enjoy the Discord. That is the best thing I can say about it, which is usually not the case. Which is definitely not the case on most channels. But thankfully, you know, we've gathered a nice group of people. It's fantastic. Obviously, as you see at the top here, it'll actually tell you when I'm live and give you a nice little link to the Twitch channel, which is super awesome. That's always nice. And I do update that when I do the extra streams in the coming weeks. Those will be in there, so you will know. And if you have notifications turned on, I think you hit event details, and then you hit I think you hit like you're interested or something like that. It's like a button on the top or in the bottom right. It'll actually send you a notification to your phone telling you that the event is happening. Event stream, basically. Which is awesome. Very cool. Obviously, if you're in a fandom, you like something a lot, and you want to talk about it, head on over here. We have tons of channels, and if you don't see one that you do want, just come up here to the Request a Channel channel, and you can request one, and then we will make it for you. You can talk all about it. You can meet other people that are into it, all that good stuff, and let people know. You know, you can let people know in your life, friends or whatever, family, that you want to join the Discord. Certainly, it's open to everybody. So go ahead and join today. Join the conversations. We have a ton of nice little fun ones as well. Memes, pet pictures, book club, adventures we go on, telling stories, food, rant rave, if you just want to rant about something. music you're listening to, you're into, etc. What's funny is we just posted our Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, Amazon Music, whatever you listen on, Wrapped, or what you listen to the most over the past year. It's fantastic to read. I really enjoyed that, seeing what everyone listens to and the differences in our music preferences and whatnot. Pretty awesome. So go ahead and check it out today. Free to join. The link is everywhere. It's on the Twitch channel. It's on the YouTube page. It's on the website, toddreacts.com. It is literally everywhere. So go ahead and join today. You will be seeing me look up and to the right, or rather, I guess it's your right as well. I got a new monitor that I put up there. It's a tiny little one, but it's where I keep all my controls. So if you were to see my two screens in front of me, it is covered in everything. It's just completely covered. There's no free space. So I needed another monitor just to put the controls of the stream, just so I could have the videos, the information, the Discord, the chat. Like, it's just obnoxious how many windows I need. But just a little inside baseball there. All right, let's go ahead and bring up the first video. It is. Ian and Mickey, this is from Shameless, obviously. An evening I will not forget. Boy, I think it's been a minute since I've reacted to a Shameless video. What's interesting is I just started, I think I saw like the first 3 episodes of Shameless. Amazing. That first episode, oh my God. One thing I've noticed with television shows, certainly, is that first episode, the pilot episode, they always try to throw as much stuff in there as possible that will hook an audience. You know, we're talking about language, we're talking about violence, we're talking about nudity, you know, fun time scenes and everything like that. Intimate scenes, I guess we'll call it. They throw as much of that in there as they can just to hook, just to get you interested so you come back for the second episode. It is unbelievable. That first episode is crazy. Crazy. But also very good. It is crazy good. Which is frankly what I expected it to be. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and jump in. Ian and Mickey. Obviously in that first episode, Ian is so young looking. It's wild to see how much he aged throughout that series. Like, he grew up literally in front of everyone's eyes. It's unbelievable.
When the love was found,
I, Michaela, take you, Ian, to be my husband.
I kept my hope just like I'd hoped to. Then sang to the sea for feelings deep blue.
You love Mickey? I like how he smells.
And coming down,
You'd take care of me if I was paralyzed.
we've had problems that we've grown through.
Because you're my husband? If you're not happy there, then we don't have to be there.
But I bet you dream of what you could do.
Can't get him out of my head. Just trying to stop myself from doing something I shouldn't.
At 17, I was alright. It was like nothing I could feel inside. And wishing you were here tonight is like holding on. But I still get to see your face, right? And that's like nothing they can take, right? So there won't be no feeling in the firelight. Hoping this'll be right. Time to show your worth, child.
You love him?
Maybe? I don't know.
I remember when her heart broke over stubborn shit. That's no way to be living, kid. The angel of death is ruthless. And I'm always thinking summertime with the bikes out, pushing our luck, getting wiped out. Days with nothing but laughing loud. Underneath my coat when you tap my shoulder, hold my hand. Nights were nothing but dark in there. You could be my armor then.
This is beautifully done.
Island smiles and cardigans and nights that we've been drinking, and we're here to help you kill all of this hurt that you've been harboring. Confession should be better planned alone. That night I'm surely damn. Run away, I'll understand. What's important is this evening I will not forget. Purple, blue, orange, red, these colors of feeling. Give me love, I put my heart in it, and I think about it all the time. Lights went out, you will find you kinda struggle not to shine. I still love you though, I still love you though, still love you always. So hold me when I'm home, keep the evenings long, crack and break and part ways. I still love you though.
This show lends itself so beautifully to these edits because it just looks. That was the first thing I noticed immediately, is the fact that this thing is shot like a movie, less like a TV show. It has a lot of good polish on it. The cinematography is great. The angles of the camera are interesting, unique. Like, it is shot beautifully. That was apparent almost immediately. I was like, dang, no wonder these edits look so good. Like, yes, the editors put in a lot of work and everything, of course, but they were working with good source material, that's for sure.
I still love you though, I still love you always. So hold me when I'm home, keep the evenings long. Let's not crack and break and part ways. And I wonder if I could let it down.
So, guess this was like a booty call, huh?
Whatever. See ya.
Yeah, me too. It's it is definitely toxic, from what it seems. Obviously, in the first couple episodes I saw, they're complete enemies at this point, basically. But yeah, just from these edits I've seen, which is a bunch at this point, I think it's like 70 edits or something. Very toxic, but also very forgiving, we'll say. Very forgiving. They always seem to find their way back to one another. Yeah, it's very good. Very good. The source material is fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and throw a like on that. I love that edit. That was very well done. Link down below in the YouTube subscription for the original edit. Go throw it some much deserved love. Also check out their channel. They might have other videos that you find interesting. Yeah, just an unbelievable show. Just from what I've seen, the characters are all interesting and different. That's probably another thing I noticed from watching the pilot is that every character is so radically different in a weird way. Like, of course, they're all Gallaghers in the Gallagher family, but it's just different personalities, different people, different, story arcs and everything. It's just interesting. It's fascinating. You're just like, Frank is a complete freaking mess. I mean, he tries, from, what I can see or what I've seen. But he's got some demons that are holding him back and, not allowing him to properly be father figure. I think, just from the edits, I've always thought Fiona was an interesting character to watch. Certainly, took on the motherly role that was absent. And frankly, the fatherly role as well. Like, without Fiona, I think that whole family would have collapsed, just from what I've seen in the edits. It was pretty apparent even in the pilot episode just how much she does for that family and how exhausting it could probably be. Lip and Ian, amazing relationship there. Those brothers together are hilarious. Lip kind of stirring the pot with Ian's sexuality and whatnot. It's amazing. It's truly amazing finding the magazine behind the clothes dresser and whatnot. Just hilarious. And the fact that he had those pages hidden within the other book as well. just trying to hide it and then hide it again, basically. It's truly an amazing pilot. I cannot say that enough. It is. Let's go ahead and bring up some information on Mickey and Ian, of course. Mickey is the often serious and violent older brother of Mandy, son of Terry and Laura, known as one of the most aggressive neighborhood thugs, having stolen several items from stores, being sent to juvie at an early age, being raised around copious amounts of weapons in his household. He was first introduced on the show as a thug who terrorized Ian because Mandy accused him of assaulting her. Yeah, that was an interesting storyline for sure. Wow. Let's see, what do we got here? Violent nature of the Milkovich family shaped Mickey Milkovich's character in Shameless. He often uses physical violence, but with some rationale. Familial loyalty is evident in his protective relationship with his sister Mandy and his eventual acceptance and care for his son after coming to terms with his sexuality. Some of the crimes. I don't even know if I can say these words. What if I said, character in Shameless is known for his violent tendencies, once attempted to orchestrate a strike to increase the pay for prostitutes working for Sasha, a plan which ultimately failed. He was also involved in a coerced marriage with Svetlana, a Russian prosecutor statute. Following his father's discovery of his relationship with Ian, rapidly displaying many different facets to his personality throughout the 6 seasons of his appearance, violent but never without reason, even if those justifications range from acceptable to tenuous. He generally seems to have physical violence. I don't know what that's trying to say. He seems to have physical violence. Yes, he does. He dropped out of high school and has admitted himself to be effed for life, despite him announcing to everybody at the end of season 4, "I'm effing gay, big Olmo." Olmo. He has multiple heterosexual encounters throughout the series, even post coming out. Shows his insecurities. Behavior is quite erratic. You don't say. He's fairly self-aware. However, he seems to display a severe inability to express himself. Ian states in season 10 that Mickey's emotional IQ is lower than Carl's actual IQ. Thing about Shameless is that no one is really a good person, but that makes them feel real. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely seems that way. Yeah, I mean, you know what's kind of fascinating is it probably appeals to a wide array of people because you can usually see something, whether it's of yourself or somebody you know, in the show in some kind of way. Maybe it's a small kind of way, but you see a lot of real life issues within all of them that I think we can all kind of relate to in one way or another. As the seasons progress, Mickey progressively displays care for Ian. Obviously, Mickey's starting to develop feelings, but is trying not to and fails. Worth mentioning that his care for Ian extends somewhat to the Gallagher family as a whole. Prime example of his care about the Gallagher family is when Mickey searched for Ian and told him that it was fine if he never wanted to hang out with him. Mickey again, that was fine, but told Ian that he needed to call his family and informed him on the chaos that had ensued in his absence. Mickey's encounters with the Gallagher family is somewhat wholesome, but mainly just funny. Talks to Carl about drug dealing, and Frank and Mickey talk about guns in one scene. Most iconic example is when Debbie and Mickey team up to get revenge on Sammy for turning in Ian, resulting in a dramatic and hilarious scene. Ian, presumably the product of a PCP-fueled affair between his mother and Frank's brother, Clayton. Ian's been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, currently refuses to visit the doctor, and does not believe he needs to take medication. For these reasons, his behavior has been erratic and out of control, worrying his family. High school dropout, having left his education behind when he illegally enlisted in the Army at season 3. While in the Army, Ian attempted to steal a helicopter and was a wanted criminal on at least 2 charges: attempted theft of government property and impersonating his older brother, Philip. He's been on-again, off-again relationship with the aggressive neighborhood thug, Mickey. Best friends with his sister, Mandy. After spiraling out of control, Ian becomes a religious fanatic in season 8 and is arrested. During season 9, Ian's sent to prison to serve a 2-year sentence, where he is reunited with Mickey, and his character was temporarily retired from the series, making an appearance in the season finale before Fiona leaves. Frank aside, they're just trying to get through the day. They thought they ended her. Yeah, literally. These are the most important years for sure. 15, 16, 17, all the way up to 24. That's wild. He was definitely a baby-faced 15 for sure. Cameron said he was drawn to the role because it's one of those really intricate, multi-layered characters with all this inner struggle going on. Yeah, I would say so. That's an understatement for sure. He said that Ian is smart and he's tough and he's brave and he's really caring and responsible. And I think that's not always shown in one character. Clearly in almost every episode here. Wow. Yeah, that definitely would be an interesting character. If you're an actor, for sure, that would be very attractive because you're dealing with a lot there. For sure. Just an unbelievable amount. Middle name is Clayton. Possible father, Clayton. One of the few Gallagher children to call Frank dad, in spite of the fact that he knows that Frank isn't his biological father. Which, honestly, that's probably a way to get back at Frank. That's probably a nice way to dig at him, honestly. He and Lip have attacked Frank the most. However, this likely stopped after he saw Frank threatened an armed killer to defend the family and realized the latter held back on him. Close to Fiona and Lip, though gets along with his younger siblings. Besides Lip, he is the only Gallagher child to meet his uncles. Ian has bipolar disorder, something he inherited from his mother. Much like Monica, he refuses treatment when he was first diagnosed and flat out denied his mental illness. Unlike his mother, he's since accepted the fact that he is bipolar and is on medication to manage it. That is a step in the positive direction, for sure. He's had multiple partners over the series. Ian, along with Carl and Lip, appear to notice Gallagher men attract unhinged partners. Honestly, would you expect anything else in that family? Let's be honest. Would you expect anything else? Let's see. Lengthy list of criminal activity. Gallavich, that I'm sure you're all familiar with, if you're familiar at all with the Shameless fandom. Let's see. What do I want to look at? Look at some quotes. Mickey, Aunt Ginger. Ian Gallagher, you messed with the wrong girl. Kiss me and I'll cut your effing tongue out. Mickey's quotes from that show are probably just some of the most iconic moments, for sure. Just from these edits. Like any sort of Mickey edit or Mickey-centric edit has just the most hilarious one-liners, completely out of context. F you, and especially F you. I miss you, says Ian. Say that again, I'll rip your tongue out of your head. Oh, that one's good. That one's good. I'm not even going to read that one out because I don't think I can censor it, frankly. Unfortunately for you, I'm not the kind of guy who lets people talk crap about the man he loves. Many people theorize that Mickey had previous knowledge of Ian being gay and that is why he would be bold enough to make the first move in episode 7 of season 1. Thought that perhaps he had heard Ian when he told Mandy he was gay outside the Milkovich's house. Oh, you know what? That checks out because I think they were just going into the house and then Mandy was coming out of the house or something like that. I mean, it's very possible, certainly. Maybe a window was open. Thought that perhaps he had heard Ian, Many also think that Mickey has had a crush on Ian long before the hookup, and that's perhaps why Mickey stole from the cash and grab so often to see his crush, Ian. Interesting. My fave is when he asks this woman to have her husband stop coming by his business. Very, very funny. Yeah. Oh my gosh. There's so many interesting moments. Good grief. The first time Ian and Mickey say I love you to each other is in season 10. Previously, Ian has referred to Mickey as the man I love. I mean, that's close. That's close, but it's not quite the same. Mickey has said I love you to Ian in season 5 over voicemail, but Ian did not receive the message. And in season 5 finale, but Ian was manic at the time and didn't believe Mickey truly loved him. Ian also says he loves Mickey in episode 7, or season 7, episode 11, where Mickey leaves for Mexico, but Mickey doesn't respond. I mean, there are iterations of it, we'll say, but it not like a flat out, both of them believe it, moment. Ian and Mickey's season 10 kiss after Ian proposes the second time at the bar is supposed to mirror their kiss back in season 4 at the bar Ian worked at. But within the actual episode, it was cut short and with no music, making it less impactful than the season 4 one. That's interesting. I wonder if they thought that. Like, oh, this one isn't as important as the other one, so let's make this one stand out more. Maybe somebody made that call. Cameron Monaghan, Ian's actor, broke his leg playing soccer, and therefore the writers had to write him getting injured in season 10 of the show. That's why when Mickey punches Ian, he dramatically falls down many stairs to make it so that there's an explanation for his broken leg within the show. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. I wonder if the writers hated that fact. Part of me is just like, I'm sure it's in the contract to like not. So I think they put weird things in the contract like that, like don't play contact sports, don't drive, ride a motorcycle, etc. Like they really don't want you getting injured or any sort of thing that would affect their writing. So I'm wondering if they were pissed, basically. Maybe they were. I mean, they had to completely change that, so that could have really affected the rest of the season. Noelle Fisher, Mickey's actor, refused to make out with any other actors besides Cameron in season 10, which is why when he's kissing Byron, it looks so unnatural. Interesting. Gallavich is the most popular ship in the Shameless fandom. That's not shocking. Not shocking at all. At the end of the episode, they all sing The Way We Get by Spoon. And Ian and Mickey wrap their arms around each other, laughing with the Gallaghers as they watch a car burning. I mean, that's exactly how you think it should end. Watching a car burn with your family. The Way We Get by Spoon. I need to listen to that. Probably very fitting. Ian sees the worried expression on Mickey's face and asks what's wrong. Mickey says he would be a bad dad and is worried he would be he would be a bad dad and is worried he would be the same way his father was for him. Oh, geez. Ian comforts him, tells him that he would be a great dad, and they hug. That's a big moment. That's definitely a big moment. Dang. Ian and Mickey pick up a few of their supplies from the Gallagher house, like a mattress, for example, which Mickey wants to take because there are, quote, too many good memories stained into it. Oh, God. Oh, that's hilarious. Ian asks if Mickey knows what day it is, 20th or 21st. Mickey says he has no idea, and Ian says it's the 21st. Ian is hinting that it's their wedding anniversary, but Mickey is not catching the hint. That's hilarious. That's why you got to keep that on your phone, your watch, that kind of stuff, so you don't forget. Definitely don't want to forget that. But yeah, very interesting pilot episode. I enjoyed it greatly. Characters are all different, interesting from the jump. Certainly there was a lot of, they threw everything into that pilot episode. Like if you can't find something to latch in or latch onto and, check out the second episode, I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe you're just not looking hard enough. But it seems like there's something for everybody there, for sure. Let's go ahead and jump into the second video of the day. It is Eddie Diaz, Kalahari Down. I think this is season 8, episode 4. As far as I'm aware, maybe, possibly. Let's go ahead and bring that down. Let's see here. Again, hope you're all having a wonderful Friday, or had a wonderful Friday if it's already Saturday. And if it is, I'm jealous. Oh my gosh. All right, let's go ahead and bring up Eddie Diaz, Kalahari Down from the show 911. Let's go ahead and jump into it.
You think being a cheerleader makes your son weak? Your son almost died, and you weren't there.
You didn't want to seem weak either.
You think pain is weakness?
It can be, if you give in to it.
Can't put all your feelings in a box, Eddie. You might think if you're strong enough that it'll hold. But at some point, that box is going to blow open.
And take me with it.
You and anyone else around you.
Mom?
So what do I do? Sit here and download you on every bad thing that's happened to me? Could be a while.
I was born in the Badlands, honey. Strange place for a boy to drown. Spend my days on a mountain, baby, 12 miles north of Sophia town.
So, you think I'm a commitment phobe?
You don't seem to have a problem committing to certain things.
The hell is that?
It's Eddie Diaz, new recruit.
You've been gone away, I've been riding around.
What's going on, Andy? Welcome in, welcome in.
Running out the days, writing out a song on my daddy's guitar. Did you find your way? Skip another town. Said I couldn't stay, but it's different now. Yippee-ki-yay, I'm always down for hanging around. Let's borrow, gone tomorrow. Maybe there ain't a trail to follow. Better off alone if you ask me. Travel lucky, Kawasaki. Maybe next time I'll take you with me, and I'm still hear the sound. The wind come on, Kalahari down, Kalahari down.
Who are you to judge me?
I'm a dad who doesn't live under the same roof as his son. It's my fault, and I hate it.
Why don't you tell him about the time you pulled your 10-year-old son aside and told him it was time to step up? Be the man of the house. Why don't you tell him about that time? And we can all understand why you're never around. What are you afraid of?
The amount of daddy issues in the show is wild. Wild. But it is a good, trope, of course. Lends well to male characters, certainly. You typically drive a lot of... What's a good way to say this? You typically drive a lot of examples from a father figure. How to be, how to act, how to present yourself, how to, be somewhat of a stoic figure or something like that. It's tough. It is tough if you don't have that example or something close to it. It can be a little challenging, a little confusing, a little, I don't know, I guess a little harder, frankly.
A song you dance around.
I'm never gonna feel
We'd hit the ground. Still tumbling down. What do I know? Bunch of sorrow. Promises of
Good luck on those exams. I I do not miss those days. I really don't. This was stress, so much stress. I remember studying for this one exam. It had gotten to be like, so they kept open the libraries a little later at night because of exam week. So I was in there till like 1:30 in the morning. And the exam was at 8:30 in the morning. So I got back to my dorm, went to sleep. And then I ended up not waking up in time for the exam. I missed the exam because I slept right through it. I was so mad. I woke up just, in a panic, of course, stressed, trying to figure it out. Immediately send an email to the professor, like, oh my gosh, I just slept through the exam. I was up till like 1:30 at night, like studying in the library and da-da-da-da. And the professor, thankfully, did me a solid and said, yeah, just come over to my office and you can just take it and we'll just get that done and you'll be good. And I was like, oh, thank the Lord. That was a nightmare situation. And that professor made it so much better immediately. I was just like, whew, it's my greatest nightmare. Yeah. Set like multiple alarms. Don't just set one, set like 5. That's what happened to one of my students today. Oh, it's brutal. It is so brutal. The amount of panic that went through my mind was crazy. I'm going to fail the class. I'm going to have to retake it. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Oh, yikes.
You're gonna be okay, kid.
Oh, that's brutal.
Patient is a 60-year-old male with an open book fracture.
Keep an eye on that dusty highway. Tell my mother I'm nearly done.
Oh my gosh.
I'm never gonna leave you again. I'm gonna go get the paperwork started.
When Kalahari down.
I think he misses his kid.
Kalahari down.
Yeah, I do too. That was unbelievable. Good grief, that was sad. Oh, talk about a gut punch. It's always in those moments where, things are going bad. Maybe you're slowly dying, whatever. Badly hurt, badly injured. Where you just kind of want to reach out to someone you love, whether it's a parent or, spouse or something like that, sibling, whatever, friend. And, wow. I can't imagine, honestly. I cannot imagine the amount of stress that firefighters have to go through, or EMT. Yeah, I can't imagine working in ambulance. That experience alone would age you beyond belief. Like, your emotions would just be trashed after the day. Oh my gosh. I don't know how you would function. I guess you just kind of do the best you can and accept the fact that, you can't save everyone. And you're doing what you can, basically. I don't know. I guess that's the way you think about it. Like, it just seems like a really tragic, certainly a tragic thing. Like being a medic in the military or something like that during combat, or, a medic in like a helicopter rescue team or something like that. Or, what am I thinking of? Coast Guard? Yeah, Coast Guard, like rescue, like people out at sea and whatnot, trying to save them, dropping down that wire, just floating below the helicopter and just hoping you can grab them. Like, that is just, ooh, that is brutal. Absolutely brutal. Needless to say, my life is not very similar to that, so I have no, way to grasp it. I had a friend, I've said this before, certainly when I was watching 911, edits that, you know, was an EMT and they had somebody die on him in the ambulance and really wrecked him. And he was very much just like, you know, that was the first time he had ever seen somebody like die in front of him. So it was very traumatic and whoa, this was a big moment in life. You know, typically it happens with loved ones or something like that, but to have a stranger there and you're trying to help them, that's the part that's probably the craziest. You're trying to actively help them and you fail. Like that is, ooh, that's got to be brutal. That has got to be brutal. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some much deserved love. Good grief. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that other than the fact that I don't know what that's like, and I think it would absolutely wreck me. Basically. Maybe it gets easier over time, possibly, hopefully. But boy. I think that was one of the things I remembered from Scrubs is I think it was Dr. Cox who said it never gets any easier, basically, to JD, who was, you know, if you know Scrubs at all, JD's just anxiety in Scrubs, basically. And Dr. Cox just had that moment of, you know, it never gets easier. And you can see Dr. Cox in certain moments of the show just get overcome by emotion and stuff like that he tries to hide usually. It was brutal. Those scenes were always like, whoa, this is a comedy show. What's happening? What's happening here? This is a comedy show. What are these feelings? No. Let's go ahead and bring up some information on Eddie. Edmundo Diaz is a main character. Works as a firefighter at Station 118 of the LAFD. Father of Christopher. Debuts in the first episode of the second season of 911, portrayed by Ryan Guzman. Let's see, romances. Emotional affair with Kim. Marisol's the ex-girlfriend. Anna is an ex-girlfriend. And then Shannon Diaz, late wife. Okay. On the job, portrayed as resourceful, dependable, and able to think quickly on his feet, which he has attributed to his experience operating, quote, while getting shot at, in Afghanistan. Private person who generally does not share his problems with his coworkers for fear of being a burden to them. Well, I don't share problems with coworkers because here's the newsflash. They don't care. That's definitely a newsflash. They don't care. Everyone's just there to get paid. People can be friendly, certainly at work, but it's not really the same. Like they're paid. It's basically like they're paid to be cordial to you in a very cynical way of looking at it, but it is true. I remember having that customer service job. One of the first jobs I had was customer service. I was tech support. So I'm a pretty techie person. If you were to see what's in front of me, you'd be like, oh, okay, it makes sense. Very techie person. And so I was helping people with their iPhones and their cell service and all that stuff. And it was just, oh my gosh, forced, like, family, basically. Instead of found family, it's forced family, if you know what I mean. I'm sure you do. If you had any sort of job, you know this exactly. One of my managers actually said, you know, we spend more time together than your actual family spends with you. So we are your first family, basically. I'm just like, whoa. Whoa. No, you're not. You will never be family. You are here because the same reason I'm here, to get a paycheck and then go home to your actual family. Like that is, when managers or higher ups say that, I just cringe so hard. You're trying too much. You're trying to force this family that's not a family. Like at any moment, any of those family members could get fired. Which I guess in some families happens, but usually not. It's just very cringy. Oh, corporate culture is so bad. So bad. But yeah, it's better to be private at work. School, I mean, not as much maybe, but certainly if you're working at the school, yeah, because that is a gossip factory. And certainly with the work environment, if you're in school right now, this is all future knowledge, all pro tips coming at you. Don't share your life really with too many coworkers, because number one, they're not your friend. They're paid to be there. And number two, they might use it against you if you reveal too much. That is just a fact. It is unfortunate for sure. But you're better off keeping yourself contained. Talk about, vent to other people, your friends, family members, whatever, outside of work. But be careful about the people at work. I don't like when they do that. Like, what family are you talking? Yeah, exactly. What family are you talking about? We're all paid to be here. Like, this is like an acting gig, basically. We're acting professional. Per my last email, it's like, nobody talks like that. Nobody sends an email like that in their personal life. Come on now. My last email. Gradually, he begins to accept them as family, quote unquote, and is more willing to seek their help. Eddie's personality is a bit cynical, cold, and brooding, something noticed by Shannon, calling him Mr. Broody, implying that is how she knows him, Mr. Broody. Did that catch on, like Mr. or Dr. McDreamy and Dr. Steamy and all that stuff? As a father, Eddie is that's from Grey's Anatomy. Eddie is extremely loving and affectionate with Christopher and is very protective over him. He often says that he's determined not to be like his father was, and he always tries to let Christopher know that it's okay to be sad or have complicated feelings. Eddie's a very friendly person despite his private nature, and is shown to make friends easily, as with the 118 and Under Pressure, and also the 126 and Hold the Line. He has a very sarcastic and dry sense of humor and tends to gently make fun of his friends and the people he's close to, especially Buck. Yeah, that's that next level of friendship where you can actually openly make fun of them. However, he's also a very kind and empathetic nature and can have sympathy for anyone, as witnessed when he even tried to help the man who held him hostage at gunpoint. That's somebody you definitely want taking care of you in a bad situation. If you can hold them hostage and they still helps you. Like, I just want my money. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That is the right attitude to have. While Eddie usually has the ability to stay objective on calls, he usually gets very emotionally involved if there's a child in danger, which makes sense, of course. Over the course of the show, as he goes to therapy and stops bottling up his feelings, he allows himself to be more emotional and open with the people around him. Eddie's 911 Season 8 exit is actually good because of 3 reasons. Oh, what? It just got posted a couple of days ago. Oh, boy. Not them trying to get me to sign up. Come on now. 9/11 Season 8, Episode 8 left on a cliffhanger of Eddie potentially moving to Texas. Wait, I thought they canceled 911 Lone Star, which would actually be the best move for the character. Eddie spent the first half of 911 Season 8 coming to terms with the fact that his son Christopher moved to Texas to live with his grandparents following the events of the Season 7 finale. Halfway through the current year, Christopher has yet to forgive his father or move home, leading Eddie to consider relocation. Yeah, that is yikes. That is definitely yikes. Yeah, the title's hilarious. It's actually good because of 3 reasons. Yikes. So the fact that Christopher's definitely not there. Ooh, that would, yeah. We saw a couple scenes there towards the end where he was not doing well when he got called dad by that guy who was that patient. While Eddie potentially leaving 911 Season 8 is a divisive topic for viewers, there are clearer reasons for Eddie to visit the Lone Star State that have been set up all year, Eddie feels fundamentally distanced from Christopher, of course, as any parent would. And he's had to watch him grow up through a FaceTime screen. Ooh, yeah. I will say this, though. Without FaceTime, living distantly was way different. You know, you can actually see somebody live. And it has a little bit of that connection, that face-to-face. Obviously, it's not face-to-face. But it does have a little tinge of that connection, which is great. So if you're far from family or whatever, and you can FaceTime or Skype or Zoom or whatever the hell, you know, you want to use, it is a nice way to do it. You know, calling on a phone, you know, getting in a phone call, not as good. Not as good. You're just hearing a voice. You're not seeing a face. You're not seeing if they look tired. You're not seeing expressions, emotions. It's not great. So at this point, I would almost rather FaceTime people than ever call them. Every call and conversation involving Eddie has cemented one central idea. The father of your child always comes first. As such, Eddie moving to Texas is the natural progression for his character. Yeah, if Christopher is not coming back, it makes sense that he's leaving. Eddie's move to Texas allows him to fix his relationship with Christopher. Yep. Needs to reconnect with his son and confront his parents. Ooh, that'll be interesting. Eddie's character has been a loving father. During his first natural disaster with the 118, his primary concern was his son's safety, and Eddie's main motivation has been Christopher ever since. Season 7, a grief-stricken Eddie begins an emotional affair with the doppelganger of his late ex-wife. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. After Christopher accidentally walks in and mistakes the woman for his deceased mother, oh gosh, he sees his father in a different light. In order to fix the estrangement between him and Chris, Eddie needs to go to Texas as a grand gesture. Oh gosh. So Christopher was confused in the fact that that woman looked so close to his ex-wife that she was back, or she came back or something like that. Good grief. Oh, God. Aside from showing Christopher he's serious about healing the relationship, Eddie needs to have a serious conversation with his parents. The last time viewers saw Helena and Ramon, they used Eddie's breakdown as an excuse to take custody of Christopher, an angle the show hinted at as early as season 2. Oh, my gosh. Christopher leaving L.A. may have been positive for the character. They had anything but pure intentions. Yeah, I bet. Moving to Texas offers Eddie the option to confront his parents and also fix their dynamic. Well, good luck with that. It seems like they're very much against you. Eddie's 911 Season 8 move to Texas can set up a Lone Star crossover. Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, that's a given, isn't it? As it was announced, Lone Star will end after Season 5. Fans have speculated if the original show will absorb any memorable characters from its spin-off. I'm assuming no. I think they're just gonna get rid of them. Some characters like Judd make more sense in Texas. Others already have potential motivations to move to LA. Like Marjan's viral online presence. In the season 2 crossover episode, Eddie and Marjan even built a rapport. It makes sense for her to be in the connecting piece. The voice of Gina Torres, the actress who plays Tommy Vega in 911 Lone Star, can be heard in 911 Season 8, Episode 2 during Emmett's memorial. Interesting. Despite El Paso and Austin being nearly 600 miles from each other, there are many ways to pull off another 911 Lone Star crossover. Saying that twice is ridiculous. Episode, this time to set up a character transfer. Has any show done that like that? The only thing I can think of is like Buffy and Angel. But I don't know if there was crossover episodes to be able to like transfer characters over. Eddie's truck could break down while the 126 is responding to a statewide emergency. A Lone Star character could already be on their way to LA and run into Eddie. I mean, yeah, that's possible, but would they be willing to put more money into the show for cast as opposed to just putting that money still into effects and all that stuff? Because it does seem like it's a very expensive show. Eddie's absence can result in Buck's romance realization. Oh, distance makes the heart grow fonder. Kickstarting Buddy. Buck's character is perfectly set up for Eddie's departure to awaken something in him. Buck has abandonment issues going back to birth, basically, and as much as he wants to be supportive and mature about this, he will end up spinning like a top. Joke's kind of right itself, I suppose. After 6.5 seasons of their friendship, this may be the catalyst for Buck and Eddie called Buddy by affectionate fans. I mean, yeah, that kind of makes sense. While the idea of Eddie leaving already visibly upsets Buck, his actual absence, yes, that will get way worse. Buck also needs closure with Christopher, who can only come from a road trip to Texas in the second half of season 8. Yeah, I suppose so. Season 8 returns March 6th, so we got a couple months to think about it and whatnot. Theorize. Ryan Guzman's Eddie Diaz really leaving? Well, considering the fact that this was written a couple days before the other article, I'm assuming so. Mid-season finale, moving to Texas. I mean, yeah, you gotta repair this. This is the only thing that matters to Eddie right here. So it makes sense. Eddie tells Buck he's thinking about moving states. The reveal may be shocking, but it doesn't come out of the blue, of course. Reconnect with Chris. He has to make the effort. What's been said about Guzman and Eddie's future in 911? Eddie's a father first, right. Dead serious about moving, at least for now. Final phrase leaves the door open for Eddie's character to be persuaded out of taking the leap. But that's only a possibility. Yeah, no, he will. He definitely will. That would make no sense. If Buck was somehow able to convince him to stay, like, what is he going to do? Like, argue, no, you got to stay here with us to save more people? No, your son doesn't matter. Let him stay in Texas. Like, where's the angle there? Don't leave me. Forget your son. He might be all the way in Texas, but who cares? Yeah, that's not going to work. Unless his kid comes back. Christopher comes back to LA, I guess. In season 8, really write out Eddie. I mean, would they write out Eddie? Probably not. The show is opting to take a romantic route for Buck and Eddie, Buddy. This move will be a pivotal moment for them. Yeah, definitely. It's hard to believe that Eddie could disappear from the narrative entirely without leaving severe wounds, unresolved plot lines. No, they're not. No way. Think Ryan Guzman's going to leave? Come on now. That is not happening. Not happening. Calling it right here. Oh, he's actually was born in Texas. There you go. Wait a minute. To Ramon. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's hilarious. It's like they're just like, Ryan, where were you from? Okay, we'll just... What was your dad's name? That's hilarious. Started taking Taekwondo at the age of 7. Earned his black belt at the age of 10. Also played baseball in high school and college. Forced to give it up due to a shoulder injury. And an unsuccessful surgery. Yikes. That's terrible. Wonder if it was like a rotator cuff or something, because usually when that happens, you are donezo. He was in Step Up. Oh, the television series, maybe? Sounds like he's single. Ended the relationship 2023. Or he's potentially dating. Step Up Revolution. Oh, okay. I don't think I saw that one. No, I did not see that one. I saw the first one. Pretty decent. Oh my gosh, he came back for All In. Oh my, how many Step Up movies did they make? Wait a minute, I just saw that. I literally just saw it. What is it? 6 films and a TV series. You have got to be kidding me. That's crazy. Collective total of $651 million. 6 films. So, yeah, it's a little over 100 million each. Honestly, that's not bad. That is not bad. What's up, D? Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, over 100 million is not bad. These days, I don't know if they'd be too happy about that, honestly. But it is what it is, I suppose. Are they going to write off Eddie and Ryan leaves the show? Probably not. I'm just assuming that's not going to happen. Is it a way to transfer characters over from Lone Star to the 911? I have no idea. I have no idea. Maybe. I can't even think of another example of that happening. So it's a possibility, certainly. But glad you're able to catch your first stream here, D. Welcome in, welcome in. Let's go ahead and jump into the next video. It is, oh boy, Yuji Itadori. This is entitled Skyfall. I'm assuming it's the theme song to Skyfall, and it's from Jujutsu Kaisen. It is a music video, so I don't think we're gonna need subtitles. I'm gonna leave it as is. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Oh yeah, it is Skyfall.
Hold your breath and count to 10.
JJK.
The earth move and then hear my heart burst again.
That side mouth is wild.
I've drowned and dreamt this moment. So over.
By the way, a lot of people didn't like Skyfall, the Bond movie. I actually really loved it. I thought it was great. The ending was fantastic. Yeah, just letting that fly. A lot of people hate that movie for some reason. Finished watching season 1 in the movie. Nice. JJK definitely seems pretty violent, but in a very satisfying way, if that makes any sense. Anime. Well, I hope work goes well. Spoilers. Love the whole animation, action story, yeah. Animation looks gorgeous. What? Oh my god, look at that. That is brutal. That is brutal.
Where you go, I go. What you see, I see. I know I'll never be me without this.
It's pretty amazing how much action you can get in animation. Just by drawing action lines, I think they're called. It just makes the environment just super crowded. It just feels very intense. What I really love here, the juxtaposition between where they are now, the environment is very sparse, right? You have some snowfall, you know, whatever, but you also have a ton of empty space, white space, if you will. Or when Yuji was standing up over him, you could see so much like black sky. Like it was just pure black. Like there was no stars, nothing like that, no light, no other objects. It was very focusing on his emotion, what he's doing, how he's feeling, what's happening. It's beautiful because then you get to those action scenes and it's just, as we saw earlier, crowded. So crowded with a bunch of lines and action and flowing and just a lot to look at. And it just makes it seem, you know, you got the quiet moments and then it makes the action just seem way more intense. Way more intense. The more they fill the screen with stuff. As they blacken it out, see? You're focused on what's happening. And then you get to the point where the action hits and you're just like, oh my gosh, this is a mess. like here, it's just completely, you know, you're focused on him. You're focused on the running, the injury, etc. You know, very much like this. There's nothing in the background. You're just focusing on Yuji right there. And then you get to a scene like this, and you're just like, oh my God, what's happening? It's just so intense. Look at that. Good grief. That's incredible. That is truly awesome. It just makes the action seem way more intense, way more involved. You get really into it. Wow, I'm throwing a like on that. Link down below in the YouTube description when it gets posted to YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube right now, it's literally in the description. For the original edit, go ahead and throw it some love. And also check out the other edits on that channel. I'm sure they're great. That was a good one. This video has 37. I'm going to say this video has 37 million views. 37 million views in a year. Wow. Wow. Holy crap. That's a lot of views. That's a lot of views. Good grief. Excellent video. And yeah, beautiful animation style. The action is very intense. Like dark lines, lots of color, tons of blood. Like that is like, that might even be more blood than that movie 300, which had a lot of blood. You'd see like a sword and you'd just see like just a ton of fake blood, CGI blood or whatever. Let's go ahead and bring up some information on Yuji and everything else here. Go. Fictional character, main protagonist of JJK, first year Jujutsu sorcerer, Jujutsu. This is martial arts, didn't you know? At Tokyo High, He was thrown into the world of sorcery after he ate a cursed object, a finger. Ugh. Ugh. He ate a finger belonging to Ryuman Sukuna, a powerful sorcerer from the Heian period of Japan. I'm saying all that wrong. With his classmates, Yuji exercise the demons, exercise curses while trying to honor his grandfather's legacy and save others unconditionally, so that when he is executed after eating all 20 fingers. Oh my god. Oh my god. Now my question is, what do they taste like? You know? Are they grilled? Are they boiled? Are they raw? You know, what are we working with there? Are they seasoned? You know, when he's executed after eating all 20 fingers, he will not be alone in his death. That is a horrific thought. Are they deep fried? Are they scrambled? Can you scramble a finger? I don't know. Let's not answer too many questions. Throughout the series, Yuji and exceptional cursed techniques are developed as he faces down different curses and the emotional blowback of his actions, despite having only practiced using cursed energy for a few months. Yuji is tremendously powerful, even without having become Sukuna's vessel. Yuji believes strongly in the value of life and works to make sure everyone he meets, no matter how deep his connection to them may be, receives proper treatment. Well, that's nice. Oh, he just swallowed the fingers like a pill? Oh, okay. So they don't have to be breaded, battered, deep fried, seasoned. Fingers were found, so it probably means they were spoiled human meat. Well, that's gross. Dang it. That's horrendous. Oh, God. Here I was trying to make it, a little bit more appetizing or pleasing. Nope. He went for that spoiled human meat. Probably more dried than spoiled. Okay, I mean, that's something, right? Hopefully somebody had like some fire spell or power or something like that, kind of fried it up a little bit. First appears in JJK as an eccentric 15-year-old who lives with his grandfather as a member of his high school's occult club. On the day of his grandfather's death, Yuji is approached by first-year Jujutsu sorcerer Megumi, who inquires about one of Sukuna's fingers that the occult club illicitly obtained. Comes to Megumi's rescue when a swarm of cursed spirits attack the school, attracted by the finger. Yuji ingests the finger. Okay. So he just inhales it. Becomes Sukuna's host. Jujutsu master and teacher at the Tokyo school, Satoru, tells Yuji that he is intended for execution, but is delayed so that the world can be rid of Sukuna when Yuji eats all of the fingers. What a storyline. Yuji moves into the school and is mentored in Jujutsu personally by Satoru. He quickly strikes up a friendship with his fellow first years. He dies during an altercation with a cursed womb at a detention facility. Sukuna blackmailed Yuji by holding his heart hostage, but is later brought back to life by Sukuna. Reading this out loud without seeing it or any sort of context is crazy. This storyline is nuts, but I'm sure it works, obviously. I mean, 37 million people watch that video. Of course it's popular and it works, but reading it out loud, out of context, is crazy. It's just nuts. What does JJK mean in English? Good question. Careful naming of JJK directly translates to sorcery battle. Just doesn't have the same ring to it, does it? Sorcery battle. Makes me want to show you more things out of context now. Yeah, honestly, that's basically the whole channel. Most of these things I have not seen. It's completely out of context. But honestly, it's interesting. It's fascinating. I have endless curiosity for things in the world. So this channel has basically been just right into the bloodstream, just interesting things. Kanji used also translate to endless battle of sorcery, reflecting the show's dark themes. Okay. Dark themes. Yeah, I'm picking that up. As one of manga and anime's dark shonen trio, macabre and the grotesque. Yeah, those are great words to describe it. I would have never come up with those words on my own, but reading those words, yeah, that sounds great. The series' main protagonist joined the occult club at school. We just read that. In a world where cursed energy powered by negative emotions has the potential to destroy all that is good and peaceful, Jujutsu sorcerers are the only thing standing between the world and imminent destruction. In an effort to teach Itadori and prevent catastrophe, he's recruited as a first-year student. Alongside sorcerers in training, many other characters soon enter the series and play important roles in shaping the narrative. All things considered, this is one show that anime fans should not miss. There you go. The age of the big three shonen anime in decline. This is just an update here in the past couple months. Well, past couple months this year. Gosh, it's already December, isn't it? Isn't that crazy? Other equally phenomenal series have risen to take their place. One of them is JJK, a recent show that has become extremely popular in the last few years. That said, what does JJK mean? To answer this question properly, we've revamped this article with some relevant information. Okay. All right. Got some new information. JJK loosely translates to Endless Battle of Curses. That's awesome. Actually, that's great. It's great for any sort of show because it's like, oh, we got endless amount of things to talk about or show you. Direct English translation, meaning sorcery fight, but in some ways it goes much deeper than that. In translating, it actually gets a little darker than simple sorcery, more direct translating to curse or cursed technique. First technique itself is called Jujutsu Shiki. Oh my god. And describes the unique abilities Jujutsu sorcerers possess in battle. Can also represent the Japanese fighting style known as Jujutsu. Hey! Jujutsu, which means method or technique, has appeared in numerous manga and anime over the years, including Naruto and its spin-off Boruto, to describe the fighting techniques they use in battle. Literally the only thing I know about Naruto is that run. That's literally it. Oh my gosh. I just remembered that. Oh no. When people were trying to Naruto run into Area 51 in the US here. Wild. Kaizen meaning and the Jujutsu meaning are likely not at all what some fans expected, with some perhaps thinking that they were made up words. I mean, yeah, I guess. JJK meaning in English reflects the dark nature of the series and its themes. I feel like we're just repeating words at this point. What does Bonita Flakes mean in JJK? Safe word list. Salmon, bonita flakes, kelp, mustard leaf, salmon. This is like a ingredients list. Salmon, shake for yes, and bonita flakes, bukaka for no. Interesting. Actually a protective measure the fan favorite character practices to avoid catastrophe. First word users possess the power to speak a command and their opponent is compelled to give in to it. A simple word like die, for example, could easily result in the death of those around him. In order to avoid potential disaster, yeah, that'd be good grief. Also a well-known fact that he really likes onigiri, especially the tuna mayo variety. Okay, all right. So you got some code words to get around the fact that you could accidentally kill people. Interesting. There's kids outside literally just screaming their head off. I'm so glad I got this new microphone. Otherwise, you'd be hearing him too. JJK anime was first announced in 2019, though it didn't premiere on television until the end of 2020. I mean, that is perfect timing. That is so perfect. Right in the middle of the pandemic. So you have people at home or wherever with a lot of time on their hands. Some of them. Anime adaptation is handled by Studio MAPPA. First season finished airing at the beginning of 2021. Yeah, that is perfect timing. Oh my gosh. That was so perfect. And the fact that, I am willing to bet Tiger King on Netflix would not have been as popular as it was if it wasn't for the pandemic. Like that thing launched right at lockdown. Like that was just stunning timing. People had a lot of time on their hands and it just blew up. People were talking about it like crazy. First time we saw the opening and when I saw Inumaki, I thought his face and tongue tattoo was so cool. That's why I started watching. Interesting. Okay. Oh yeah, face tattoo. First speech ability means he needs to be extra careful with his words. That is so funny. That's so interesting. Given this etymological background needed to understand certain elements, it's not surprising that the JJK meaning is mystery to some. Or they just don't look it up. That could be another thing. Turns out they're not actually tattoos. Really? Presumed dead, Yuji continues to work with his sorcery, uncovering his massive cursed energy and using it for specialized cursed purposes. Pretty cool. One of the school's most powerful students. Incredibly agile and can run up to 60 kilometers per hour. Oh my gosh. He also uses Black Flash, cursed energy hit that takes 0.0000001 seconds to become enacted. He's used it 17 times so far in the manga and up to 8 times in a row consecutively. He also retains the curse technique, Ryomen Sukuna Shrine, putting him on equal footing with the king himself. Also gained blood manipulation after consuming the remaining cursed wombs and opened a domain expansion in complete shape. Crazy. And that is unbelievably fast. Writing for Polygon, initially stated finding Yuji to be a typical shonen hero meant to appeal to young boys. He's earnest and goofy like Naruto, incredibly self-sacrificing like Midoriya from My Hero Academia, but went on to acknowledge how, whereas the prototypical shonen protagonist function is to change the world, JJK attempts to reconcile the ideas of its genre with the crushing nature of modern life. This affects Itadori. He is scared to die and is horrified by the world he wound up in, but doesn't make him cynical, and it doesn't stop him from pushing through this pain to try to help others. The character was also compared to Bleach's protagonist, Ishigo, due to their parallels, especially in his early appearances, such as being young fighters who develop supernatural powers as well as evil alter egos in order to protect people from giant monsters. Instead of the protagonist bullheadedly persevering, through the impossible and ignoring the advice of his friends, Yuji realizes very early on that he cannot save everyone. And commended the way the anime and manga demonstrate that, quote, he actually has to get stronger and suffer death, concluding with the thought that it's inspiring yet sobering. Kind of interesting. Critics were divided on which of the two protagonists created by Akutami was more fitting for the protagonist role, such as who is more relatable or more original as a result of their different characterizations, despite having similar parallels. Someone from IGN criticized Yuji's role in the second season for coming across as weak main character. Most of the narrative relied on an ensemble cast who kept dying or getting several wounds at the same time he fights. Well, you got to show the main character or protagonist overcoming obstacles. You can't just have him be so powerful that you just, you know what's going to happen at every turn. It's just going to obliterate whoever steps up to him. You got to have some sort of grind, if you will. Yuji was the #1 fan favorite JJK character on my anime list as of June 2021. Second most popular character in the franchise after Satoru Gojo. I actually just want them three to be happy together and safe and nothing bad ever to happen to them. Well, unfortunately, it's not going to work like that. That is a fact of life, and I'm assuming a fact of manga as well. Let's go ahead and jump into the next one. It is Everyone Being Done with JoongDunk. This is part 10. So if you've been following along, we've done quite a few parts to this series. Not surprised Gojo is the favorite. Yeah, that's not surprising. With the amount of Gojo content, obviously, I've reacted to. But yeah, I think there's 15 parts to this series so far. This is part 10. So looking forward to it. I'm assuming there's just going to be chaos right off the bat. Very similar to Stray Kids, which just immediately is like an explosion. So just a heads up. This criticism probably stems from the fact that some of the other characters, namely Gojo, outshine the main character. Yeah, that's probably it. Exactly. To call Yuji a weak character. Sometimes that happens. It is what it is. People are attached to what they are attached to. Sometimes it's the main character or the main couple or whatever. Sometimes it's a side couple or a side character. Just is what it is. Maybe the situations, maybe the writing is a little better for people or more relatable or whatever. Feels like Zoro Shanks of One Piece. What it is. I guess at that point, are you hoping for a spin-off or something like that? Where the side character gets their own show and then they become the main character and everyone loves it? Or are you just hoping to keep it going and Yuji just kind of falls by the wayside? And people are just like, he's here, I guess. Let's go ahead and bring up... I did not even change that over. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and bring up Everyone Being Done with JoongDunk. And, you know what? I should adjust this because I know there's going to be closed captioning. So we should probably be able to see that. There we go. And here we go.
ท่านนะคะ หนูหยุดตรงนั้นถูกแล้วลูกนะครับหนูประมาณนี้หนูอยู่ตรงตัวเองเนี่ยก็ตามพี่ทิศตลอดนะคะหนูก็ห่างน้องสักนิดนึงก็ได้นะคะเนี่ย
Unglue yourself. That's hilarious.
โอเค
เลยโอเคงั้นหนูขยับนิดนึงลูกค่ะแล้วจงเขาอยู่ญี่ปุ่นเป็นสีแกงเหงาเลยสิน้องดังพี่จุงอยู่ไหนครับพี่จุง
ดังมีความสุขไหมมีอยู่แล้วเพราะอะไรพอได้เจอหน้าเธอมึงเขินไหมดังเอากูมาทำไมเอากูมาดูพวกมึงจีบกันทำไม
Now I'm thinking they do that on purpose, honestly.
งั้นคุณท้ายผมนิดนึงได้ไหมครับ
โอ้โห
แปลกๆ
เดี๋ยวก่อน
มันแปลก
ท้ายคุณก็ได้ แต่มีข้อ
Something weird is happening again.
นั่นก็คือเขินมากอันนี้คือกลายเป็นดังจุงแล้วไม่เป็นไรนะน้องจุงโอเค
ชอบการเดินตลาดอยู่แล้วชอบการเดินตลาดกับใครกับดังเฮ้ยเอาไม่มีกูเลยวะ
Now I just think they're doing that just to see the interviewer's reaction. Like it very much seems like that. Like I'm sure it's, yeah, obviously it's very realistic, but I'm assuming there's a little part of them in there that's just like, I wonder what they're, you know, what they'll have on their face, how they'll react. Or at least it's interesting. I do think they purposely do that to the friends there. Third wheel and all that stuff. Why'd you invite me on this?
ผมจะแบบเฮ้ยเน่ไม่ว่าจะจูบแบบจะสมมติจูบเสร็จแล้วแบบต้องออกมามองตากัน6 วิมันคือ magical moment 6 วิ magical moment 6 วิเพื่ออะไรนะมันมีจุ๊บมันมีงับปากมันมีงับปากบนมีงับปากล่างอะไรอย่างเงี้ยสมมติว่ามันมีกล้องสมมติว่ากล้องอยู่ด้านซ้ายใช่ไหมครับถ้าเราจุ๊บอย่างเงี้ยมันก็จะเห็นหน้าเราใช่ไหมแต่จะไม่เห็นหน้าเขาเราอะไรนะสมมติว่านี่นะคุณได้ยินใช่ไหมหรือว่าถ้าเราสมมติมุมกล้องเป็นแบบนี้ใช่ไหมถ้าเราจุ๊บด้านเนี้ยถ้าเราจุ๊บเราจะไม่เห็นหน้าเขาเพราะฉะนั้นเราก็เหมือนบอกว่าถ้าจูบจูบประมาณ2 วิเสร็จแล้วก็สลับข้างงับปากล่างงับปากบนสลับกันไปสลับกันมาอะไรอย่างเงี้ยอยากให้คนข้างหลังหอมแก้มข้างหลังอีกทีนึงครับโอ้อันนี้คือต้องทำเลยตอบได้ไม่ได้จูบแล้วเมื่อกี้ไม่ได้จูบแล้วเมื่อกี้ไม่ได้จูบแล้ว
What do you want us to do about it?
เขาไม่กล้าอยู่แล้วพูดได้นะก่อนที่จะเปลี่ยนใจนะ10 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2
I love how they're just playing chicken, basically. If you know what that game is, it's hilarious. And the fact that everyone's just like on their toes. What's up, Slayer Kitty?
เฮ้ยอันนี้พี่จุงต้องบอกเองทำไมฝากคนอื่นมาบอก
มองหน้ากันด้วยอ่ะส่งสายตาให้กันทำไมใครก่อนนี้ก่อน
You go first now. Yeah, I get it.
โอเคผมตัดสินใจให้คุณก่อนเลยครับคนแรก
ก็คนข้างๆไงก็แบบเราเขาพาไปกินอะไรเขาก็รู้ว่าเราชอบอะไรหมดเลยแบบเราชอบกินกุ้งแต่เราไม่ชอบแกะกุ้งไง เขารู้หมดเลยดีเทล
All of these fan meets are just literally one big tease. That's literally what it is. The entire time, it's like chicken, teasing, flirting. Like, it's fascinating. Like, there's nothing else to compare this to that I can think of.
มันก็โอเคไงเขาไม่ชอบแกะกุ้งแต่ผมชอบ
โอเคจะบอกว่าดังอ่ะชอบกินกุ้งเผาแต่ดังอ่ะไม่ชอบแกะแล้วแกะไงผมแกะให้ผมชอบแกะกุ้งให้หรือยังครับพี่อาร์มอยากกินกุ้งปะแกะกูปะไม่
ผมน่ารักไหมผมน่ารักรักที่สุดอยู่สมมติว่าต้องเรียนความสำคัญระหว่างนี้คืองานจุงครอบครัววางไงจุงเพื่อนแล้วนะจุงโอ้จุงก็ถึงจุงกับเพื่อนคืออะไรก็จุงก็เป็นเพื่อนกันเขาจะแบบเนี่ยเธอแบบทาหลังจุดที่เขาแบบเราพาไม่ถึงเนี่ยพาไม่ถึงเราไม่เห็นผลให้เขาพาถูกต้องแต่หลังทองมันแค่นี้เองนะใช่หลังไม่โผล่หลังทองแค่นี้แต่เขาก็ขอให้ผมพาให้นะ
ดังดูแววตาพี่จุงสิดูน้องจุงสิดีใจขนาดไหนอ่ะ
เฮ้ยคุณดูผมเหรอดูผมเนี่ยก็ดูไม่ได้ดูอ่ะไม่ได้ดูแล้วเดี๋ยวเขาดูผมว่ะแล้วคุณเป็นสตอกเกอร์ผมเนี่ยเป็นสตอกเกอร์เป็นเจมมันดีเลยขนาด
Lions are eating these up? Yeah, they are. Oh my gosh. The fact that every movement they make is like, oh.
สะด้วยอะไรครับเนี่ย
Everything gets a reaction.
ด้วยอะไรครับไม่บอกพี่อาร์มเท่พี่อาร์มโคตรเท่ perfect man อีกนานวะพี่อีกนานมากกว่า
We never know what they'll say or do. Yeah, exactly. They are completely off the wall in the best way possible, obviously. But yeah, these fan meets are wild. I can't relate anything to it. I don't know of anything else like it.
บินแล้วแบกผมซ้ำก่อนมึงแบกไอ้ดังบนเวทีอ่ะไอ้ดังทำเหมือนไอ้ดังเป็นแบบตัวเล็ก160 เซนแล้วดูขนาดตัวมันสูงแทบจะสูงกว่ากู
Some of them are brand appearances.
ดังหนักเท่าไหร่ดัง75ป่ะจริงป่ะโอ้โหขาก็ยาว
Pretty amazing that there's so many brands that are just like, yeah, just flirt with each other on stage. They're there to sell stuff. It's interesting.
น้องจุงแอบมองไอ้จุง
แล้วเหมือนจุงอ่ะเขา
So it's
เขา
like
น้อย
one
ใจ
big
เขาน้อย
ad,
ใจ
but
ดัง
they also
โท
sell
ร
stuff.
ไปก็ไม่รับ
Or they also like
ไล
talk
น์ก็ไม่
and
ตอบพอมา
interact.
ตอบก็ตอบนิดเดียวตอบนิดๆหน่อยๆอย่างเงี้ยแต่เขาไปโพสต์ในโค้ดเฟรนไงผมเห็นว่าเฮ้ยมันงอนกันอะไรเงี้ยตื่นเช้ามาเขาก็ไปเจอ
Wait a minute, that makes total sense. Because in the shows that I'm watching, seen, there's so many ads like written into it. The ad placement's just unbelievable. Like they'll be drinking from something, and the brand will be like towards the camera, like I do. I'm not pointing negative fingers. I'm just pointing it out. And they'll be talking, and the brand will be right towards the camera. They make money from product placement. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Apparently, BL pairs are everywhere in Thailand on advertising. Hey, if they're that popular and they can sell things like that, that's awesome. That's how they afford to make shows. Yeah, absolutely. But it is gratuitous for sure. It is very gratuitous. But I get it, you know. I guess I'm trying to think like, well, you do see that in the US quite a lot, certainly in movies and whatnot. You'll just see like a Coke can or something like laying on a table, or maybe someone's taking a quick drink or something like that. It's pretty usually like off the wall. You never see it coming. But that was probably the one thing that really stood out to me is usually we have advertisements in between like the content or whatever. Sometimes the content will include product placement. But it definitely was like, wow, I didn't realize that it's on purpose. Like it's in between on commercial breaks, and then you come back from commercial break and there's more commercials. Like that's wild. I've never seen anything quite like
ประมาณ
that.
นั้นเพราะมันลงอยู่ประมาณ 4-5 อันนะบ่นบอกว่าเนี่ยไลน์ไปก็ไม่ตอบโทรศัพท์ไปก็ไม่ตอบพอตอบก็ตอบนิดเดียวอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
คนละปรับ
เจอคู่จิ้นจุงดังเขาคู่กันโอ้โหนี่ขอเปลี่ยนแล้วกันเจอคู่จริงจุงดังเขาคู่กันจบที่ไหนแต่จุงจบที่ดังแน่นอนนะได้เราเปลี่ยนใจกันมาแล้วปีนึงแล้วพักก่อนอย่างนี้บ้างแล้วก็เขาเลย
Oh dang. Oh dang. Oh dang. That was a good one to end it on. That's hilarious. It's up to him. I'm already in. Link down below in the YouTube description to see. Yeah, that was unbelievable. Right. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original edit. Go throw it some love. Go throw a like on that. Part 10, we've done a bunch, so go ahead and check the playlist. There is a playlist on the channel for JoongDunk, and it has all the parts that I've reacted to. Of course, with everything, there's timestamps down below. But yeah, that was pretty amazing. That was well done. These edits are very well done, and those fan meets are wild, and brand appearances apparently unbelievable. All right, we do have some more information on the JoongDunk doc. If you'd like to contribute to it, certainly join the Discord. Hit up Jace, who's a mod, and they will be more than happy to take your insight on any of the pairings, of course. Let's go ahead and bring that up. Shout out to Olivia for helping on this. All right, let's make this a little bigger so it's easier to see. There we go. Boom. Some BTS pics from THK episode 3. That's really cool that they post these during the filming and everything. That is an awesome photo. That is so cool. Holy crap. That is an amazing photo. That's like, that could be like a photo book or something. Magazine. You could just see like the crease down the middle of it. Like that would be an incredible magazine photo. Jung and Dunk have each said that pretty much as soon as they met, they knew they wanted to work with each other. That night, Jung called Dunk, and they stayed talking for about 3 hours about how they wanted to be paired and become a couple.
เพราะว่าแบบนิดนึงเหรอนิดเดียวจริงๆครับเพราะว่าคือเอาจริงๆผมเข้าค่าย JMMTV มาก่อนจุงใช่ไหมแบบ1 ปีครับผมแล้วผมเข้ามาแล้วแบบพักเพราะแบบโควิดหนักด้วยเราตั้งใจเรียนออนไลน์ไปเลยให้ผ่านครับแล้วก็ปีหนึ่งก็แบบนู่นนี่นั่นแบบแคสคนนู้นคนนี้จนแบบเขาเดินเข้ามาแค่เขาเดินเข้ามาแบบ
มันก็คือแบบ
ก็พี่เอาจริงนะพี่ถาบอกดัง2 คนนี้
ได้เลยเหรอ
เอาจริงพี่
ยังไงเล่าได้อยากรู้คือมันจะเหมือนอารมณ์แบบวันคือมันเป็นวันแรกที่ผมเซ็นสัญญาเข้ามาในค่ายเลยใช่แล้วก็พี่ถาบอกว่าให้เดินเข้าไปห้องแคสเลย
ใช่
มาเซ็นวันนั้นแล้วก็เดินเข้า
เอางี้ดีกว่ายังไม่ทันจับปากกาเซ็นอ่ะให้ต้องเดินเข้ามาก่อน
ใช่แล้วพี่ถาบอกเลยว่านี่จะเป็นคู่ของเราหรือเขายังไม่บอกเลยบอกคนนี้น่าจะเหมาะเขามันมีแคนดิเดต4 คนก็เขาบอกว่าพี่ถาก็เหมือนแบบก็เหมือนเข้าไปดูแล้วอะไรอย่างเงี้ยแล้วเหมือนมันจะมีจังหวะหนึ่งที่เขาเข้า
ห้องน้ำจำได้เลย
แล้วยังไงล่ะแล้วก็ได้เรากำลังปัสสาวะกันอยู่อาจจะแค่เล่าว่าเจอกันในห้องน้ำก็ได้ทำธุระเราทำธุระก็อยู่เนี่ยอะไรอย่างเงี้ยแล้วเหมือน
Nature called and they answered
ว่าดังว่าไงแต่พี่
ใจเลยนะ
Kings of TMI yeah exactly What's up Sibo
ว่าจุงพี่ว่าจุงกับดังได้นะกลับไปที่ห้องก็โชว์คุยกันประมาณ3 ชั่วโมงแล้วก็คุณเจอกันวันแรกคุณขอเบอร์แรกคอนแทคกันเลยเหรอ
ขอนี่ไว้ก่อนเลยขอ IG ไลน์ไว้ก่อน
ใช่แล้วก็เหมือนก็พวกผมก็คุยกันว่าแบบเนี้ยก็เจอพี่ถ่ายในห้องน้ำพี่ถ่ายก็บอกว่าอยากให้ผมคู่กันเลยครับแล้วหลังจากนั้นตอนกลางคืนก็คือโทรจีบกันเลยไม่แต่จำได้ว่าคือเป็นการคุยกับคนที่เจอกันวันครั้งแรกแล้วคุยกัน3 ชั่วโมง
ก็คุยได้นานมากจริงถ้าเกิดแบบแบบสมมติแบบเราเจอเพื่อนที่มหาลัยเราอาจจะคุยแบบนู่นนี่นั่นกันบ้านเป็นยังไงอย่างนั้นอย่างนี้แล้วก็วางแล้วอาจจะ5 นาที
So wild that they're in university
3 ชั่วโมงงงมากคุยอะไรกันไปบ้าง3 ชั่วโมง
Actually we hit it off right away it feels like we did not have any more ice to break between each other it's just like when we met each other we just started talking about like random
Dunk is graduating
stuff,
soon nice
basically
yes
we feel like we are like connected together already
Can you imagine sitting in the audience with your
like
classmates and then all of a sudden Dunk gets called to pick up his diploma across the stage crazy would that be
it's the first day that we meet each other and then like talk in any like
like he called me
yeah I cannot even like remember that what I talked to him
I do remember actually he was like Dunk do you think we'll be together in this series like many casts there are many casts and like he's like oh I want to be your partner and I'm like oh yeah I want to be his partner too
because like the first impression is so good
first impression basically
What's up Megan welcome in
it's
they have these huge graduation events nice
so let's say the first
and everyone's just like oh I went to school with Dunk. He was my classmate. It's like never met him, never saw him.
We haven't got any walls between us.
Like hundreds of students.
Like we have known each other for a long time. So we just talk about anything and then until this day we know a lot about each other already. Like what the other person enjoys, what the other person likes, what the other person dislikes, and it feels like a relationship actually. Actually, for sure, it's like a relationship. Like we have to find like the middle ground of
right.
You see that face?
Enjoys life.
You see that face?
And
the face in the eyes of that was hilarious. Oh my gosh!
It feels like we have known each other for a long time, so we just talk about anything, and then until this day we know a lot about each other already. Like what the other person enjoys, what the other person likes, what the other person dislikes, and it feels like a relationship actually. Like actually
the eye contact.
Like,
Oh,
we have to
little eyebrow.
we have to find like the middle ground of like
Right.
the other person enjoys, likes or dislikes, and that would be like a healthy relationship.
That's hilarious. The smirk, the eyebrow movement. Oh my gosh. Dunk describing how they were are with each other like a relationship. Oh, we just watched that. Dunk was recently cast as the second male lead in Summer Nights, a show where he was ghost shipped by many with Fuin. Ghost shipping is shipped. I appreciate the explanation, by the way. I was literally just about to be like, huh? Ghost shipping is shipping a pairing that doesn't exist. Oh, okay. Dunk plays White, the most popular boy in school, who has a crush on Star, the most popular girl in school. Gotcha. This is a link to Summer Nights. Uh-oh. Wait, what? What happened to it? Is it because we're no longer in summer? We're in winter? It's Winter Nights. They've changed it. Oh my gosh. Hold on a second. All right. There we go. Is this it? Gotta be it. Yeah, this is it. Okay. Secret love story begins the night before summer holidays when high school nobody, Loon, gets together with school princess Star. It has to stay secret because school prince White, the one who invited Loon into their friend group, where he got to know Star, also likes her. Oh gosh. Fighting over the same girl. Oh boy. The events of that summer night become the starting point of a chaotic story of friendship, love, and hate. Ooh, a little hate in there. Adopted from a webtoon. Love triangle, yep. That is interesting. I'm at a loss for words. I don't know. It seems like you found some words there. Seems like you found some. People say they're comfortable being alone only because they were forced to. It became a habit, and anything outside of it is strange. When you finally experience something outside of being alone, suddenly not so comfortable anymore. Like Loon realizing having friends isn't that bad. Interesting. Look, I don't know what school y'all went to, but in what class would anyone not notice a student like Loon? Dude was tall with hair, brooding, and looked like an angel. Cooed every time he breathed. Like, Loon being an invisible kid was so far-fetched, I'd sooner believe Ty BLs would one day stop the guitar scene than to believe Loon is a loser. Did y'all see his model face during that runway show? Well, that is what it is. I mean, you can't cast actual people that look like actual people. Because we all want to look at something pretty. That is a fact. We all do. But yeah, that's kind of funny. That is kind of funny. That reminds me of oh gosh, what was that? What was that movie called? She's All That, I think. No, that's not it. BL will never give up the guitar. I can't remember what the name of the movie was, but she's supposed to be like this nerdy girl that, you know, they turn into the most popular kid, takes her on a date because of a dare or something like that. I think it was Freddie Prinze Jr. in there. I think it's She's All That. I think. But she turned, you know, they take off her glasses and bring her hair down, and she automatically turns into like a model. And it's just like, okay. It was literally just a model person with glasses and the hair up. Come on now. Like, we all know what's going on here. Once, when separated, one in Bangkok and the other in Cambodia, they were on social media asking friends to look out for the other while they were separated. Keen posted Jung's picture. Dunk, please take care of him. G posted Dunk's picture. Jung, please look after him for me. Oh, that's sweet. She's all that. Yes, I knew it was that. Although I wasn't confident. I was not very confident. Mad at Loon and Star watching this because White was so nice and the two of them lied to him, who basically bring them together. Interesting. Very interesting. It does seem weird. I mean, the love triangle story is classic, right? It's a classic trope. But I don't know. I've never been in a love triangle situation where it's like, oh, me and my buddy like the same girl, so we're gonna, fight it out. Like that. Does that happen? I guess it does happen. But it's just never. I would instantly be like, all right, either I'd be like, have a conversation, just be like, either you can try it, and then I'm just gonna go over here, or I'm going for it. You get lost. Like, I don't know if I've ever been in that situation. No, I haven't. I'm thinking back. I'm trying to think back as far as I can. No, I've never had that conversation with a friend. That would be an awkward one for sure. I've definitely had that moment where you look at somebody and they're super attractive and you confirm with a friend, like, wow, did you see, such and such? And they're just like, whoa, I've had that moment, which is nothingness. But I've never had the moment of love triangle. That would be a bit much. I tend to avoid situations like that, I suppose. Mild spoiler for episode 3 of THK. Jung decided to bring his younger brother to set one day, only to end up filming a scene where his character Fidel was to go undercover in a host club in order to lure a mark. He gets her attention by dancing, a full-on Magic Mike dance, with rain effects and stripping. Whoa. I imagine it was, quote, interesting day for the brothers. Yeah, that would be interesting. I'm now picturing my brothers doing that, and I'm laughing. I'm instantly laughing. In fact, they're asking me to leave the set because I'm laughing too hard. That would probably happen. Jung reacting to his Magic Mike scene. Oh, gosh. I got to think that would be so awkward. So awkward to watch yourself do that. Final reaction. Oh my gosh. Oh God, the picture. Oh man. That's a funny image. Jung may have taken his brother to set, but in a move that would be called Total Mad Lad. From. Dunk watched episode 3 with his mom. Oh no. 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 Yes, that is a total Mad Lad move. You know what's funny? That's not a saying over here, but I've heard it enough that I'm like, that is a great saying. I love that saying. Mad Lad. Aside from Jung's Magic Mike moment, which included special attention to Dunk, they have an NC scene later in the episode, and the other pairing also had an NC scene with scenes of experimentation, shall we say. And Dunk knowingly watched this with his mom. What? Absolute Mad Lad. That's a decision. Yeah. I would never in a million years. Oh my gosh. Dunk has no shame. None. Yeah. That is. Oh. My God. I can't make this any bigger, but that is hilarious. I wonder if I can zoom in at all. No, kind of. Covering her eyes. Good grief. I don't have to be afraid of anything. I would die of cringe, I think. I would absolutely die of cringe. Oh, gosh. Jung posting a JoongDunk fanfic novel cover. Oh, boy. It's against TOS? Oh, okay, that's fine. Very novel cover. Way to go, Google. Way to go. Excellent. That reaction gif is hilarious. His mom had to take break for a few times. Yeah, I bet. Oh my gosh. I would never in a million years JoongDunk with kids. Like any kids? We need a series JoongDunk as parents. Adorable. You know what's funny? It's like they're presidents or something. Like on a campaign trail. Like, let me hold your baby. Take a selfie. Take a photo. Dunk, along with his other two businesses, he owns Vespera Clubs and Naoui. He just opened another clothing brand called Kirkin Studio. He just opened it and only has 2 products on it currently. And Vespera is about to go through a change with new wardrobe, which is why everything is either soldani, or on sale with Vespera Clubs. Sold out, I'm assuming. Kirkin Studio Instagram. All right, let's check it out. Let's check it out. We've done this before where we check out brands and whatnot. Worldwide shipping, just like ToddReacts.com. Members save 15% on every order. Little plug. Shameless plug. La Dolce Vita. Does that mean the good life? Trying to think. Vita, I think, is life, right? I zoomed in way too far. Way too far. Pull it back. There we go. Aw, cute dog. Cute dog alert. It's simple. It's minimalist. I like it. I like it. Very nice. Vespera Clubs. Honestly, when I heard Vespera Clubs, I'm like, golf clubs? No, it's a clothing brand. New club era coming soon. They're going to drop a new collection. Oh, they got a runway collection and everything. Wow. Okay. That is a big collar. I've seen big collars before. That's a big collar. Wow. Very cool. Very cool. Got some relaxed fit, I guess is a clothing term. Nice. Very cool. I'm sure that's going to sell like hotcakes. Typical JoongDunking behavior posted by Jung. Oh, get out of here. I'm not logging in. You can't make me. That is hilarious. Just constantly attached. No wonder that interviewer said, unglue yourself. Birthday cakes on the set of The Heart Killers. Nice. All right, what's your favorite birthday cake? Type of flavor of birthday cake, I guess. Let me know down below in the YouTube comments if you're watching this later. I gotta say, mine is... Oh, gosh. I mean, it's hard to go wrong with devil's food, frankly. Chocolate, yeah. It's hard to go wrong with that. Dang. I mean, red velvet's pretty good. Obviously, that's just chocolate with like food coloring. Yeah, I gotta go with devil's food. It's just good. Chocolate on chocolate. Fantastic. Although part of me is, still that kid inside, so I love like confetti cake. During filming, the boys said there was a day they'd always remember. Okay. You know how on August 22nd, they were like, August 22nd will be a day I always will remember. Oof. And also...
What happened the 22nd of August? So 2 days ago, right? So it was the filming of The Heart Killers. I'm just gonna tell you guys what happened. 22nd of August is the day that we have to film The Heart Killers, and what happened was
that closed captioning,
there
though.
was some scenes that were kinda, I'd say, out of our limits in a sense. I'll just leave it to that. I think you guys know what I mean.
We know.
จะมีซีนแรงมากๆแรงร้อนแรงนะครับผมวันที่22นะครับผมเห็นมีคนถามว่า22มันอะไรเกิดอะไรขึ้นนะครับมีซีนร้อนแรงไม่เคยทำมาก่อน
Heart Killer's Twitter account posted this pic a day later. And well, next week. They filmed something NC, we just don't know what. Well, I mean, this is a pretty good... That's probably a pretty good hint. A moment from the preview of JoongDunk's next project, Dare You to Death. Turning your back to me like this isn't the smartest idea. Oh! Keeps that thing on him. Keeps that thing on him. That's hilarious. Relax, I'm just teasing. It's got a little Mr. and Mrs. Smith vibe to it, just from that scene. And The Heart Killer, in terms of 10 Things I Hate About You, oh, that's a classic. That is a classic Heath Ledger film. Dunk is playing the Heath Ledger character, and Joong the Julia Stiles character. Shakespeare's Shrew. Stiles planned to get Fidel to fall for him in a nutshell. My ultimate fantasy is that I annoy a man so much that he falls in love with me. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. That is, oh my gosh. That is like direct copy. That's funny. Last year, Dunk graduated university and Joong attended the celebration. It also seems to be common for BL actors to invite local fans to come celebrate with them. Pretty cool. Wow. Needless to say, my graduation photos do not look like this. They are very rudimentary, let's say. A while ago, Dunk was trying to post a story to Instagram, and for whatever reason, it didn't properly load, and so looked like this. Oh, jeez. What is this picture? Joong, ever the chaos creator, decided to have fun with the blank post, and I said, yes! 55555 is used like LOLOL or ha 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 in Thai. That's funny. That is funny. That's so smart. That is so smart. Oh my gosh. Ay, ay, ay. Wonderfully played by Jung. Wonderfully played. All right. Let's get to the last video that was requested by a member of ToddReacts.com. This is cast and crew confirm Xena and Gabrielle's relationship. I've reacted to quite a few Xena Warrior Princess edits. Honestly, I did not think this show would ever have edits because it was so long ago at this point. And, you know, it's not like HD content. It was very much standard definition. And I didn't know people had like copies of it, frankly. Like I didn't even know it came out to like, I don't even know, VHS, maybe DVD. So to see it is very wild to me. So I caught a couple episodes when I was younger, when it was on, a couple reruns. Right then I was watching a lot of Hercules as well, which is kind of like a sister show to this. But yeah, I caught both here and there. It was not like constant viewing, but every once in a while I caught a Xena show. I thought it was pretty good. Very similar vibe to the Hercules series. But let's go ahead and bring that up. It's almost like how Koreans say ki 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 to laugh. Yeah. Isn't in Spanish or I think like ja 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 ja, like ya 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 ya, J A J A J A. I think so. I think I remember seeing that quite often. Go ahead and bring this up. There is closed captioning, but I don't think we're gonna need it. Honestly, don't think we're gonna need it. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. If we do need it, obviously I'll adjust it. But I'm gonna take a risk here and bring it up anyway. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Renee and I went, oh, you know, it feels too much like a gimmick. I don't like, this belittles gay people.
When I first started playing Gabrielle, I wanted to find a way to relate to Lucy, and I'd never played with a woman who was the hero. There was obviously the maternal connection, but I remember playing the lover affection for a person with her. In my mind, that's how I started to relate Gabrielle to Xena. I was falling in love with this woman.
It was like an emotional lesbian relationship to some extent. Is that a fair characterisation, would you say?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And I think Rob and Liz and RJ who wrote it, they all knew exactly what they were doing. And she had a sidekick called Gabrielle, who was, I think we settled on in the end, her lover. I mean, Liz Friedman, one of our writers and producers, she is a gay woman, and she totally, you know, knew, and even I'm sure she said it to me. It just didn't find purchase in my brain. I didn't sort of care one way or another. It didn't seem to be important, just like it doesn't matter if you're a firefighter, who you go home to at night. We were just doing the job, you know. So she knew. Rob, the man who would later become my husband, totally knew. And R.J. Stewart, the head writer and showrunner, he absolutely knew. So I guess it was just that the studio at that time might have shied away from it. So there was the reason to keep it quiet was probably more about that than keeping it from us.
We thought it was a perfect
Yeah, that was probably it. 100%.
to answer the question as to Xena and Gabrielle's sexual relations. But of course, we could never answer that question. So we can pose the question and get them all ready for the answer. And then...
Technically.
Liz Friedman is all too happy to admit, I don't have any interest in saying they're heterosexuals. That's just bullshit, and no fun either.
Man, Xena saw Gabrielle's hand on Aries' crotch. I think that Xena was slightly outraged at the whole situation. I don't know if she wanted in on that action. I don't know if she was mad at Gabrielle for...
in on that action.
But I think the situation, whatever she thought, she was uncomfortable with and wanted to complain.
Well, my favorite scene in Doctor House is inventing CPR, and
Xena waking up Gabrielle and saving her, and having that moment where you realized that this ragtag little girl that Xena had picked up along the way, who was a bard, who was a bit of an annoyance, she was falling in love with. And the tears of, I'm about to lose someone that I love.
That's how it's going to happen. Gabrielle and Xena were going to meet and fall in love, whether she was on, if it was on the road, or if I'm now an empress and I'm a playwright. That was meant to be.
Xena and Gabrielle were lovers. Aphrodite was complete cheerleader of the relationship, I think. It's a big deal. It's the first time that I can remember that a television show has had such a place for the lesbian community. I think that's a really big deal.
Remember what you said about staying focused? Is
Listen
that
to
your
your
anger
wife,
getting in the
Xena.
way?
Can I speak to you privately? Joxer's always curiously ignorant about their sexual relationship.
Lawless is quick and simple in her reply to lesbian news. Gay, she says, definitely. But when there was that drip of water passing between their lips in the very final scene, that cemented it for me. Now it wasn't just that Xena was bisexual and kinda liked her gal pal and they kind of fooled around sometimes. It was nope, they're married, man.
All right. You girls made me shoot this.
Uh-huh. Oh, kiss her! Kiss her! Kiss her! Oh no, Gabrielle. I can't.
That's probably as close as they could get without the studio. Maybe not the studio, the channel even. Of course, 911 had that issue with Fox. So they moved over to ABC, and then immediately Buck is, kissing and clearly out. So maybe it was I don't know what channel Xena was on originally. Maybe it was Fox. Although I think it was ABC, honestly. These were different times, obviously.
You attempted to kiss me when you were in.
Quite a few years ago.
Looking pretty good. Was there a kiss in this?
There was a kiss written here, but nobody ever planned to shoot it.
Oh my God! I was like, what is it? I don't remember that. Xena slipped in the tongue. Where did that come from? What's going on there? Oh, this is okay.
It's funny they don't even remember it.
I get it now. I mean, what were we thinking? Of course. I can't imagine why people thought there was subtext in this. Sorry to have this kiss. Woohoo! I think a lot of people were angry about that. I mean, how come Xena and Gabrielle on the show can't kiss, but because she's in a man's body, then suddenly it's all right?
The kiss was, ideal for Xena Warrior Princess, the series, because first of all, it was mythically correct, but also it fit our characters and our characters' needs and desires so perfectly. So it was a great way, a great summation of that trilogy. It was the perfect way to end it. So that was the great out of it. That story presented that to us.
Xena. Gabrielle. I dreamed you'd come back for me.
In its own way, a great romantic, or great love story, even though we didn't want to play any of the lovey-dovey stuff out of it. We just wanted the character to encounter that and act in a certain way that told us that they had those feelings.
You know what's interesting? I must have watched this when I was way too young to even put that together. Like, I never thought that Xena was with Gabrielle or could be with Gabrielle. I think I was just too young to, see that. But now that I'm watching it much older, I'm like, oh, yeah, of course. And it's weird to hear the cast and crew kind of confirm it. Because at the time, I was just I didn't even know what the heck was going on. I was just like, ooh, swords, yay.
I think by the end it was pretty well established that we'd all come to terms with the fact that they had decided to live a fairly monogamous. I think that they probably were by then. Oh, yeah. Gay, right?
Yeah.
Had we decided by then? Had we been outed? We had. Yeah, I don't think there was.
Wait, what did we say? I don't even know if we actually said anything. Maybe like.
Oh yeah, we did.
Oh no, I mean afterwards.
I was like, I am a raging lesbian, actually.
So, how do you guys feel about kind of laying a bunch of groundwork and being icons in the LGBTQ community? Does that feel super
Somebody
empowering?
had to do it, Monica.
I know.
I love you, Xena. I love you too, Gabrielle.
The Xena Discord server. Well, dang. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some much-deserved love. Boink. Go do that myself. Great video. I had never seen any of those interviews, frankly. Wow. Yeah, I've clearly too young to put 2 and 2 together. I didn't even see that. Or maybe I just don't remember the interactions between Xena and Gabrielle, but yeah, it's pretty interesting to say the least. All right, let's bring up some information, give it a little bit more context, because frankly, you know, as I said, I caught the show on the rare occasion that it was on, and I had nothing else to watch. I'd just leave it going. But never enough to know much of the story arc. Just catching moments, glimpses, random episodes where I'm just completely lost, but the action is kind of cool and interesting to see Xena like throw somebody, like sword down other people. I think that's mainly what I was watching it for, frankly. Probably why I was watching Hercules as well, now that I think about it. Let's go ahead and bring up some information. Xena at 25. It's been 25 years? Or has it been more than 25? Oh, it's been more than 25. Earlier version of the story was published on 2019. It's been updated to reflect the 25th anniversary. New Zealand-born actress Lucy Wallace first donned the armored chestplate of the Grecian warrior Princess Xena for a mid-season episode of the syndicated series Hercules: Legendary Journeys. That is the show I was watching. So there was a crossover. There was a spin-off. How did I not know that? That's why I said they were sister shows. They seem very similar. So clearly the same people were putting it on. She had no idea that her alter ego would go on to make television history. Neither did the show's creators, a list that included executive producer Sam Raimi. Oh, that's a big name. If you've ever seen Evil Dead, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man series, who intended to kill Xena off after her 3-episode guest starring gig. Wow. Instead, they were so knocked out by the character and Loss's portrayal that they created a whole new show. Debuting 25 years ago this month. Wow. Xena Warrior Princess enjoyed a 6-season syndicated run and has lived on as a pop culture touchpoint ever since. But what I love about it is that a lot of people took messages of self-empowerment, Lucy Wallace remarked. It seemed to have sparked positive change in so many people's lives. One of the reasons for its longevity is the fact that it introduced the world to one of fandom's most endearing and enduring same-sex couples, Xena and her constant companion, Gabrielle. In the series premiere, Xena rescues Gabrielle from a warlord, and the younger woman decides to join her in her adventures through a mythical world filled with magic and monsters. While some fans saw the groundbreaking nature of Xena and Gabrielle's relationship right away, Wallace says that she and O'Connor were slower to pick up the cues. We were like, really? That's curious. Yeah, no, I was probably just too young to even put those pieces together, frankly. The actress specifically credited former Village voice writer Michael Musto with cluing a wider audience into the show's positive messaging about female love, where she openly declared Xena and Gabrielle were in love. Show was great for ethnic diversity and empowerment generally. To this day, the actress regularly appears at gay pride events like Sydney's Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras. Always tried to pay back because the LGBTQ community has been so great to me personally and professionally, and I thank them and love them for it. Widely regarded as one of the fandom's most endearing and same-sex couples. Quarter century later, gosh, it's crazy. It's 25 years later. The legacy of Xena and Gabrielle's relationship can be seen in such popular shows as Black Lightning, She-Ra, and Princesses of Power and Winona Earp, which prominently feature lesbian couples. Meanwhile, on the big screen, Tessa Thompson is leading the charge in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The actress Valkyrie, I think her name was Valkyrie. The actress has said that her Asgardian hero Valkyrie, there it is, I knew it, will be openly bisexual in Thor: Love and Thunder. I did not like that movie. I really didn't like it. Apparently, this was a couple years old. But yeah, I did not like that Thor. For her part, Lawless is more modest about the impact Xena, Warrior Princess, had on representation. Everything paves the way for everything else, but it can contract too. To be honest with you, my inspiration for Xena was Ripley from the Alien movies. Oh, yeah. And Joan of Arc was there long before us, interestingly enough. When we started making Xena, the French syndicators at the time were like, the French will never accept a female warrior. I was like, Joan of Arc? There was a lot of resistance generally to a female action hero. I think we put a nail in that argument. Yeah. Yeah, Linda Hamilton, certainly, from Terminator. After seeing Linda Hamilton return to her signature role as Sarah Connor, last year's Terminator Dark Fate, Lawless was inspired to contemplate picking up her chakram again should a Xena reboot ever become a reality. I also did not like Terminator Dark Fate. It felt like Terminator, literally the Terminator character was a supporting actor in his own film. It was very odd. I saw Linda being amazing, and I'm like, why can't we do that? Bring back me and Renee and reboot Xena. But here's a caveat. It would have to be a one-off movie that passes the torch to another generation. Quote, I always hated the action. I don't want to live that life. Yeah, I get it. She's much older now. The idea of doing that much action is probably just brutal. But for a movie I can do a little bit, yeah. And it's about handing over the baton to Junior Xena or whatever. If you need mine and Renee's help to do that, let's talk. Well, that's nice. If you're a fan, if you're a diehard fan, that's got to be music to your ears, right? A Xena movie. Okay. I don't know. That might be a straight to streaming kind of movie. I don't know if that would have much box office success. Lucy Wallace on how Xena turned her into a queer rights icon and why she was happy to embrace it. Honestly, I look at this, Xena Warrior Princess, and it kind of reminds me of Wonder Woman. So Wonder Woman was huge, the first movie. 1984 was pretty disappointing, honestly. It was not a great movie. How do you have an 80s movie with an 80s year in the title and not have any 80s music? How does that work? How does that happen? Lucy Wallace on how Xena turned her into a queer rights icon. But yeah, I think of Gal Gadot in Wonder Woman when I look at Xena. So maybe there's some eyeballs for it, but I'm assuming it would be much better off as like a streaming movie or something. Undeniable screen presence, but equally as impressive is how she uses her voice and platform off screen. We've seen Lawless speak out on a number of key real-world matters, but her influence has been especially moving and powerful as a gay icon. Quote, I do remember the exact moment when it came to our attention, Renee and I on the side of set reading this big, long scroll because faxes came out in scrolls in those days. That's unbelievable. Faxes. Anybody still faxing stuff? Have you faxed anything lately? Information from the Village Voice. It was Mikhail Musto's Mikhail Musto writing about Xena and Gabrielle were queer characters, and we're like, what the hell? We were going, that's crazy. And we're both like, that's cool. I'm sure it was somewhat surprising. But then they're just like, yeah, okay. Sounds good. Honestly, the writing was kind of on the wall there. Lawless didn't stop at acknowledging and celebrating that idea from afar. She fully embraced the queer community and chose to be an active supporter of it. Quote, the fact that they should be judged on equal at large is disgraceful and unacceptable. Good souls. I hate that kind of injustice against children. People are queer or straight, whatever they are from before the time they're born. So to be adjudicating them as less than, getting those messages implicitly or explicitly from such an early age, it's a violence to me. It's a violence against children. And that goes throughout their lives. So we want to eradicate that, stopping violence to children, telling them that they don't belong. It's so upsetting. As someone who's been using her speech to support causes dear to her quite some time now, what advice would Lawless give to someone who's first building that kind of audience? Quote, you have to identify what are your causes, and you have to keep your lines a little bit clean and be going off about everything because people just stop listening. Yeah, that's true. If you do start talking about everything, anything and everything, people will eventually get to the point where it's like, all right, we're all over the place. Real reason Xena and Gabrielle never became a couple. I'm assuming it has to do with the channel or the studio, right? Might have begun as unlikely spin-off series. The fantasy adventure Xena Warrior Princess took off in the 1990s, since gained cult status with a loyal army of fans thanks to the show's syndication. Fierce warrior who battles everything from Greek gods to mythological monsters, all while using her chakram weapon and yelling a high-pitched war cry. Oh my gosh. That's right. Die-hard fans of the series know that while Xena is completely capable, she doesn't fight alone. Her best friend Gabrielle is always by her side. Though the relationship starts out with Gabrielle as an unwanted tag-along, the years that follow prove that she isn't just a bumbling sidekick, but an equal to Xena's strength and cunning. The two women grow notably close over the years, to the point where the audiences wondered not if, but when the relationship would grow to be something more. However, even after 6 years of building affection between Xena and Gabrielle, the relationship never evolved into a romantic liaison. Huge disappointment. Why is these two never expressed their true feelings? Your producer said politics got in the way. So much as we like that Xena and Gabrielle were two people who were best of friends and perhaps intimate friends, we never wanted to give up Ares. Oh. Okay. While Xena Warrior Princess never did say that Xena and Gabrielle were in love, or whether it was Ares who held the warrior woman's heart, the show made things obtuse enough for fans to make their own assumptions. Had the show been written in another time, perhaps things would have turned out different. Oh my gosh, could you imagine if it was written right now? Like, there would never be that question. Like, maybe there would be the question in the start, but eventually it would be completely revealed. Like, it would be completely different. Studio was concerned that it would be perceived as a lesbian show, that they would not allow us to have Xena and Gabrielle in the same frame of the opening titles. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they're worried about numbers going down, like viewership or something like that. Obviously, all they care about is numbers. So if they came out as a lesbian show, it would just like narrow the audience. Who knows? Let's be honest. Studios are very much into profits and how to make money. But that is weird. Obviously, it was a product of its time. Yeah, it's not surprising. But also, if it was written today, it would be very different. Maybe not different story-wise, but different enough to show them like entering a relationship, or at least be somewhat flirting. But yeah, it would probably be a little bit more open. And a little less vague. Very vague. Like, the entire audience was probably just like, all right. Pushing their heads together to like kiss. And now kiss. That's interesting. 25 years. Good grief. Oh, gosh. Where's the time gone? Where has the time gone? Well, the time has gone, actually. About 2.5 hours, just over 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours into today's stream. I hope you enjoyed it. That was the last member-requested video of the day. Excellent videos today. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Certainly check out the YouTube channel if you're not already there. Subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Join the Discord. It's free. It's available. Lots of awesome people in there. 174 members, I think, at the current standing. So go ahead and join the conversations. Join the community in the best way possible. Follow the Twitch channel if you're watching live on Twitch, or if you want to see it in the future and join us live. Certainly welcome to have you. And if you'd like to request your own videos, you can certainly do so via toddreacts.com, season and series tiers. It's been fun. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend ahead. Do something fun, do something interesting, get out there, be safe, of course. I will see you all on Monday. Take care of yourselves. Join us again on Monday, where we explore the internet, one video at a time. It is all member requested, so who knows where we'll be next? Who knows what we'll be watching next? Very interesting. Thanks for tagging along. I appreciate it. Anytime that you're willing to give me, I am deeply, deeply thankful. And I shall see you all on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.